he was a bit worried, a little bit. But when he's in this,
Sakuna?
a little bit, they were like,
No, he
was.
wasn't.
He was.
No,
He was.
show me the panel. No, he wasn't, bruv.
Show me the panel. Show me the panel.
All right, I will show you. I'll show you the panel.
Yo, welcome back to another episode of Pen and Frames Weekly Manga Podcast. I know I feels laughing. What's so funny, Phil?
Straight away.
Listen,
carry on. All right, carry on.
oh, I don't know why you're laughing, man. But anyway, guys, we got a good show for you. We got obviously Chainsaw Man and Jujutsu Kaisen. We're actually at there's two climatic battles that have just happened. We're at the climax of I don't know. Are we at the climax of both of them? We're quite far in both of them.
I would say we're kind of at the same point in both of them. Yeah.
I don't know. You know, I mean,
I feel like Chainsaw could be the start of something.
I mean,
nah, man, I'm not sure about that.
It could be the start.
Because right. Maybe because like the Chainsaw Man thing, like, is not really. I don't think like it's gonna be really Denji and the Fallen Devil. It's gonna be the Fallen Devil and Asa, and that's gonna be the main fight.
Well, you know, let's get into Chainsaw Man then first.
Yeah.
Go on.
So Chainsaw Man Chapter 126, food fight. Obviously, it starts with Denji didn't get one shot. He did come back.
Yeah, I told you, man, that he wasn't dead. You were trying to tell me that. Oh, yeah, my man's out of the game. Come on, bro.
His guts got spilled, man.
And then what happened in this chapter? Is he dead then? Yeah,
trying to eat her. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So
continue.
So Denji didn't get murked like we thought, like me and Lewis thought, and then him and the Fallen Devil having a back and forth beefing. He tries to eat her, and then she's like, "Oh, I've never eaten before. As a chef, I should try to eat." And I'm like, all right.
It's a bit weird, but anyway.
I know, innit? But they're not human, innit? But
it shows you how powerful she is, though. Like, she's just letting it happen.
There's a few good revelations in this, actually. So one, she touches Denji, then he sees obviously power and sees obviously from my man from the first arc, the first part, and then he starts, and then we think he's banged, and he goes crazy, starts cutting her up, and then she starts saying, "Oh yeah, I'm like." You don't have to kill me. I'm just here to come for Asa to feed him to the residents of hell. Been sent. So, who sent her? That's the question again.
Yep.
Why do they want to kill Asa so badly? And yeah, what rank is she? Like, what level is she? How is like Denji getting kind of murked? You know what I mean?
And also,
who was that?
Go on, finish.
Who was the one that gave him the blood? And it's a student. It's got to be what's his face, my man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yoshida must be. If it's not Yoshida, it's gonna be. It looked like they're all like student clothes in it. But sorry for what I was gonna say.
I was gonna say. Remember we were talking about the person that she was feeding. Yeah, the centipede looking Donnie, right? If she's feeding him or if she's feeding them, whatever it is, right? Are they like upper echelon as we were talking about before, and they're not the embodiment of herself? Like we had I had that kind of theory. So maybe we'll see.
Because she even said something about like Asa's like the last of the main of the course, innit? So clearly she's been feeding. So I don't know if like the kitchen is like meant to be the underworld or whatever, or like a part of it. You know what I mean? And then those residents are the ones she's feeding.
Maybe
that caterpillar guy probably is like one of the residents she's feeding. Because I think she made it specific when she said, "Oh, it's the guy who was hunting me," blah blah blah, all that kind of stuff. But I think that the fight scene, bloody hell, what a fight scene!
Yo,
man.
it was a great fight scene. I'm not gonna lie, but some of the art just threw me off. I'm not gonna lie, because I was thinking, what's actually going on here? I couldn't like really tell properly. I think if I'm remembering correctly, is the panel where Denji like looks like he cuts her in half,
but he gets cut in half, innit?
But then he gets cut in half or something. It was confusing to me. But then, like the next couple panels, like kind of made more sense. But that one alone, I was like, it was a bit weird. But it was good artwork anyway.
Yeah, I think they got a lot of parts to them. Like she's got a lot of arms and all these things dangling out of her. Her head comes off, and then Denji half the time his guts are out. So
it's a weird one.
But you know when he started eating her, so Denji's now aware. He obviously knows his power. He knows like when he eats certain devil days. Do you think like obviously after the last arc here, and he met like Power and a few other devils, like he would have a bit more compassion not to use that ability unless, you know what I mean? because he's
What
met
do you mean?
people, and you think he just cut people up, like with some of the other devils he killed. He didn't eat them. He just cut them up, man, and just killed them. But this time he was like, no, I'm going to eat you. So I wonder why he like got that, or he just.
But then maybe he was eating her like to try and recover at the same time because he was getting messed up.
Maybe
he was getting messed up. So
isn't that the only way you can kill a devil if they get eaten? Though, is that's why he has to consume them? No?
If he eats them, then they get erased.
Yeah.
That's what.
So isn't that what he's trying to do though? He's trying to erase her, no?
Well, this is it. So I'm saying like because Denji obviously isn't like a what's the word? He's not bad. He's not really a bad person, and he didn't. All the devils he fought before, he just cut them up basically, and he never actually went out to eat anybody. If you know what I'm saying? Like, actually, I'm going to erase you. So I just find it like mad that he's just like eating her because he knows his power and his ability, and he's eating her in an attempt to actually erase her. So I'm wondering why because we've not seen him
why he's going so far.
Well, exactly. Yeah. We're not seeing him actually do that. You know what I mean? And maybe because she mentioned Asa, and that's why he was like, "Oh no, obviously my future ex-girlfriend." I thought that was a funny line.
That's hilarious.
He had a my Boma moment. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. But I think it's interesting. Just like either he somehow knows because remember he didn't come alone. He came with the other agency from the other, the devil protection, the devil, devil hunters. He came with them, didn't he?
Yeah.
So maybe Dev like made him aware that this is like a powerful devil they needs to eliminate, like get rid of, or I don't know somehow. But I just find it interesting that he tried to eat her rather than just like dice her up. He did also dice her up, but then he just didn't just go with that.
Mm-hmm. But then from the way the fight was going, he was doing that and she wasn't dying.
Yeah, she kept coming back.
I know, she kept coming back. She came on one bang.
Exactly. While I was reading, I was thinking, wait, she's like kind of like Denji in terms of just the regeneration powers. Yeah, but it's like not kind of, but I think it's more like top tier because cut like half of her face off. Her face is back like the next page, so it's stronger than Denji's. So I feel like it got to the point where he's like, you know what, the only way I can get rid of you is by eating you.
Yeah.
And then it still didn't work, so.
Yeah.
Ripped out of him, man. She's like...
Yeah.
She's OP, though. And the thing is, I think it's interesting to see what this battle is going to be like the War Devil. If... what are they going to do? Because she's so OP, man. You know what I mean? The main character's been banged. So, it'll be interesting to see.
What intrigued me, though, at the end, though, when she was like... Asa was like, "Oh, she's here for us."
Yeah.
And then the fallen devil said, "I'm here for you."
Yeah.
So he's not there. She's not there for the war devil. She's here for Asa.
Yeah.
So what does that mean?
Yeah. Because she said Asa.
Are you sure it's Asa though?
Yeah.
She said Asa's full name when she said talk to Denji. I'm here for Asa.
Yeah. True.
So what you think?
But then, no, it's like the way I perceived it was obviously like. The fallen devil knows that that Asa's got, in my opinion, that the devil is in Asa as well, isn't it? Right. So she wants to get both of them, right? So when she's saying, "Oh yeah, I'm here for Asa," blah blah, I interpreted that she's going for both of them.
But the thing is, remember the War Devil's actually got a name. Was it Yoru or something?
Okay.
She's got an actual name. So the fact that she said her full name means she said, "I'm here for you."
Yeah,
we could be wrong, but I feel like there must be something deeper in this like relationship with and also actually, you know what it could be? Remember the War Devil said like obviously Asa's weapons are stronger when she makes weapons, so it could be that Asa's like just like got some.
Don't tell me it's like the Super Saiyan thing, the half Super Saiyans are the half Saiyans are stronger than the pure blooded Saiyans. Like, don't tell me some kind of
maybe because she's her potential to make weapons, they're shook of that, and that's why they want to get rid of her because the War Devil is in like sympathetic, which makes weapons. So they're like, oh whatever, we can just bang you over. But Asa, we have to be careful because she can make some weapons that can just blow us away in it.
I'm going to go for a wild thing here. What if the War Devil? So what if Asa is the war devil, not two entities. She is the war devil, and she has some sort of psychosis where she has the other war devil entity in her mind, but she doesn't know that yet. Maybe she got knocked on the head and she's now thinking that she's got someone in her rather than she is the war devil. Perhaps she, you know.
I don't think that's a stretch.
I know it's possible.
I don't think that's a stretch.
Possible.
Because you can kind of see that with Denji, because Denji don't really know his thing. And
That's
then
true.
even what's the devil's name? The actual chainsaw, the chainsaw that the dog that was walking with him, was it Pok-chan or something like that?
Yeah.
Pok-chan, like we never really found out much about them neither. And Denji doesn't really don't know much about them. So it could be. I hear what you're saying, Lewis.
So it could be a lot of people are just devils, but they don't actually know, and they just they manifested as these people when they came to Earth, probably, and they'll never. You know, like how like in Bleach they've got the spirits with them, which is like, so this could be like the spirits, the devils that they're seeing are just like not real. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think that's what. Yeah, I think you could be right. Well, I don't think you could be right, Lewis, but I think that's a good theory.
Yeah, he could be right though.
I think that's a good theory.
He could be right.
I don't know. I feel
could
like
be right.
And the fact she's I'm looking for you.
Okay. Exactly.
Could be actually the fact that she could be looking for Asa, and because to be honest, yeah, no one's actually I know obviously this won't make any sense, but no one actually like made reference to the War Devil or spoken about the even that Fami hasn't really made reference to the War Devil's like actual name, and the War Devil refers to her as Fami, the Famine Devil. You know what I mean? So you know what I mean? So maybe Asa is. Maybe that's interesting. Yeah,
we'll have to see, man. We'll have to see. See. How long do you think this like little skirmish is going to continue for? I'm giving it max the next chapter.
I think it's gonna be like 2-3 chapters. It's dragged on. I think it's either gonna be, if it doesn't end next chapter, it'll be like 3 chapters, man.
Really?
I think so, man. I think there's no bigger, because there's Yoshida, there's the famine girl, there's a few things in this, man. So I don't know.
Yeah. And she's been caught now. Asa's been caught, so now we're gonna have to go. She's gonna take her to hell or wherever the under place is, and then we're gonna do a bit of that. And Denji's gonna be like, "I've got to help her."
See, that's what I was talking about. I wasn't talking about like the this Asa stuff. I feel like that's like the next stage of where the Ryan is gonna be. I was talking about the stuff with Denji and the Fallen Devil. I'm saying they might maybe continue it for one more chapter.
Oh yeah, because I think after the chapter, Denji might just be out of this, man. Not out of the arc, but out of this.
But he's just out of this. They're not really going to focus on. We're going to focus on Asa again.
I think so. I think she's gonna. Yeah, because I don't think they're gonna focus on Denji much anymore. I think he's just always gonna be a side character for like a lot of this.
Yeah. But now they've gone.
We were talking about it before, because this kind of, as we were saying, it feels like this is like Asa's arc.
Yeah.
Right, her development arc. So I wouldn't be surprised if Denji's like a side character for this. I
actually don't mind as well though that it focuses on Asa. And if like we get to reveal more about what's going on like the hell in that underworld, then that'd be good. And then because obviously it kind of makes sense that it is Asa, because if Denji goes down there and he's ability to eat the devils, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's just gonna be carnage.
It could just end things really quickly, but you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I think if he's not dead and she's dead, and it kind of like there's a bit more development, and then we learn a bit more about Yoshida and Fami through this. Yeah. That'd be sick, man. And then this probably leads to another arc when all the generals or whatever come, and it's a big. I don't think there's going to be like some big shonen like one like that where it's going to be like all the different levels. They're going to battle each one of that.
Yeah, I think it's going to be over kind of quick, weirdly enough.
Yeah, but not too good. I think we'll get at least 5. I think we'll get 1 chapter with Denji. Then we'll get probably like 3 chapters with Asa, maybe 2 of them 2 arguing again inside herself, and then she unlocks this ability or whatever, or she turns one of those generals into a weapon or something down below. That's probably what, and then she kills.
Sick, yeah.
I think that's what it might be. You know, it could be something like that, because these devils, they always have like second abilities, like secret abilities, aren't they? Like, they're revealed yet. So, but guys, do you want to give your scores for this week's Chainsaw Man?
I liked it. I liked it. We got to see Denji do some work. got to see more about like what's going on with the fallen devil and like how Asa how Asa like fits into the mix. So if I was to give it a score, I'd say I'd give it an 8. Maybe even 8.5.
Oh, nice.
To be honest with you, yeah, I liked it.
Lewis?
Yeah, I think I'll give it 8 as well.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I think it was 8.5. It was artwork was fantastic. Sometimes a bit hard to see what's going on, but I just like the detail was really good though. And the stories developing really well, and it was a good from both sides. We had a lot of like I guess kind of like foreboding for like stuff that's coming later on, and a lot of action. So I feel like it was the right level for the amount of pages it was. So,
and I feel like Denji's just been planted here just so there's an escape route later on. So then we know that Denji knows where she's gone.
But this is it. Denji's just a prop in this arc, isn't it? It's not even a real main character. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But then also, like, you know the guy who gave Denji the blood, obviously it probably is Yoshida, but I just find it like, do we need to hide him? You know what I mean? If it is him, we didn't need to hide him, did we?
Might be a new character, we never know.
I think that'd be so random if it is a new character.
I think it would be very random as well. Or maybe a character that we haven't seen in a while that's come back.
That'll be sick.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Randomly, I want to say that is the guy that trained him.
Oh, that'd be sick.
The old man. Yeah.
I want to say that is him, but I don't think it would be him.
No. That blade, who has that? Because he uses swords to fight, doesn't he?
Exactly.
Yeah. So. Actually, you never know. Actually, I might go back and look at his shoes, man, because it might be wearing this. That doesn't strike me as a guy that changes his shoes. So it might actually be that, you know.
Okay. We'll see. We'll see.
Next in manga is Jujutsu Kaisen Chapter 219, Bath Part 4. So at the end, I hope
it's not. I don't think it's the end. It's a weird position.
But I think it's a bit deep though. He's basically Sukuna was fighting Yorozu. We had a bit of flashback about Yorozu. We find out why she loved Sukuna when they met
so much.
We don't know who actually attacked her. If it was Yorame or Sukuna, we actually know because probably was.
They didn't show it.
I don't know if that's how she died. Then could be, might not be, but So what? No, so it's interesting the chapter because she does like her domain expansion and she does an ability called Perfect Spear. So she does these 2 powerful abilities, and then he just summons what's it? Is it Mahora, isn't it? Mahora,
yeah.
Who we haven't seen since chapter 170 when Sukuna released his domain expansion to kill him.
Yep.
And he just one-shots her. Exactly. What? For me, it's a waste of time. This whole thing has been a waste of time. I'm sorry.
I agree,
Eugene, man.
Huh?
I agree.
Damn, waste of time. You as well lose time, man. But you need
because he was basically sitting there, allowing her just to have fun, and then just go boop.
Well, this is it. And I think the writing for me, it was just like, why are you bringing in these characters, and like gassing the thing up, giving them flashbacks, and the next page you get one shot. You know what I mean? It's just whatever, man.
No, man, I'm standing firm on what I said last time, bro. Is the purpose of showing my man the depths of which darkness can go and make you be there. Then what did you see at the end of the chapter? My man's there. He's in the fetal position.
That's deep. This whole arc is first of all is deep because
since
Megumi since chapter 1, his thing has been trying to save his sister, has been in a coma. She's had literally 5 chapters where she's not been in a coma. Now she's might be dead. That's just what. That's
she's
mad.
Dead.
Good.
She's definitely dead.
That's the point. We don't know that she's dead, but
when she put her hand out, and all like little particles were coming off her, like she was done.
Well,
that could just be like her power, innit? Or like,
different thing in it. But you know what? I'll say one thing.
You're right.
In one respect, I respect the author because he's like just like whatever, man. I'm just gonna do what I'm gonna say. I want to tell. I'm not doing a Hollywood nonsense here. So I respect that in one sense, where it's like, I'll give a dark ending, no character saved, even though she's had like 2 scenes or whatever. It's Megumi's sister who's trying to say there's no plot. It feels like there's no plot armor. It's like we're watching like a reality.
Yeah.
But I just feel bad for some of these characters are getting murked. Like she was in a coma since chapter 1, and you're like, okay, she's in a coma. Montgomery's gonna try and save her. He sees her, and she's like, "Oh, that's not me." And then he gets turned to Sakuna, and now he's killed her. That's deep, bro. That is deep, man.
I like it. I feel like that's good writing, man.
Yeah.
I feel like it's good writing. And then like it's building it, like, even though we might say that she's quote unquote of a wasted character right now, right? But it's building up Sukuna's like myth.
What? Why? Sukuna, we already know how strong he is.
We know, but we don't know though. We don't. But,
you know, he's called the king of cursed spirits. So that
come on, bro. How many anime and how many manga have you seen where they've guessed up someone? Oh, this guy's the strongest guy, and you never see them do anything. So now we're getting it.
We saw him cut down an entire city with his domain expansion.
That was like one little small thing. Now this is like an extended beef.
Domain expansion. He cut down a whole city and killed like hundreds of people.
No,
we know how strong he is. I don't think
you're seeing the levels of his strength now. It's like
that's not even his curse ability. That's not even his strength.
That's the point.
I know, but it's his plan, the whole plan.
All I'm saying is that I think we can like skip to like the final parts because I don't think we need to. We don't need to see any. We know how strong he is. We know how strong he is. We don't need to be. It don't need to be proven anymore how strong he is. It's just like it's getting. For me, it's like it's good writing to like for his sister and all this stuff, where it's like it's interesting because it's like it's not what you're expecting. But I think in terms of Sakuna, I feel like.
But then again, even though I'm talking about it's showing how strong Sukuna is, but you have to remember the plan, as we were talking about last time, as Lewis just brought up. His plan is his plan, yo. He needs to make sure he has like full control over the body. And then like you can see that his plan is working because my man is in the fetal position at the end of the thing.
I'm crying. I'm just bored, mate. I'm just bored, bro. That's it. I'm bored of Sakuna as a character.
Yeah, he right now he's like completely unbeatable.
This is it. And it's like, we get it, you're unbeatable, There's no point putting you in a fight where you're just gonna one-shot people. If it, like, you know what I mean? He's one-shot like 2 people now, like just like that. Like he had a Rio who had a big fight with Yuji, and I was not Yuji, sorry. What's his name? My man with the you know they did the free. It was the sword. With the sword.
Yeah.
Yuta and Rio had a big beef, triple domain expansion, sick. Sakuna comes, one-shot him. All right, cool. We could have just had that, and then we had this Yorozu beef, and we were like, all right, we know how powerful you are. You know what I mean?
But then what would you have wanted then for this part of the story?
I don't know. Go back
how is Sukuna gonna take full control over what's his name? What is it? What's his name?
Megumi.
Megumi, yeah. How's he gonna take full control over Megumi's body? And plunge him into darkness, into the eternal darkness that he needs to be in. What's he doing?
He could have faced him in some spiritual realm or whatever they do in these animes, isn't it? I don't know. Could have done something like that or whatever and cut him up. Look, he talks to Yuji all the time when they were in Shadow Body. You know what I mean?
You're telling me, what my man should have done was done the Itachi Genjutsu thing and had him there and influence Tsukiyomi.
Whatever, done his own thing. But I just feel like we know the thing is we know he's strong. We don't need to see how strong he is. And you know what? It was actually more interesting when he was facing against Maki and Yuji together. That was more interesting to watch that because they were turning him up. Obviously, Megumi was still holding him back, but they were turning him up. And I think I was more interested in watching that kind of fight rather than this one where it's like he's just so OP. He's just boring. That's basically my thing. He's just so OP. It's boring. Like Kenjaku is like these 2 characters are just ridiculous. It's just
so is the writer really writing himself into a corner with Sukuna?
No.
The thing is, I would just say Sukuna is so unbelievable, like unbelievably OP, Any kind of defeat he has is gonna be like a bit like, nah, I don't think so. You know what I mean? Because if he's the king of spirits, we've seen him batter everyone, one-shot and everyone. Yeah, he didn't get to kill Yuji because of Megumi, but now obviously he's supposedly killed Megumi's sister, and Megumi's now sunken into the abyss and probably gone for the foreseeable future. So this means that Sukuna is going to be at his max and not even using his abilities. So he's going to have 2 sets of abilities: Megumi's 10 shadows and his own divine shrine abilities. Who's going to beat him? Who?
Gojo.
The people, how did he get beat the first time?
What, the first time?
Yeah, because he died, right? And he got like imprisoned the first time. So however they did it the first time, they can maybe use that same arse pull technique. Like, oh yeah, boom.
I really think
way back.
That he obviously knows about Gojo, yeah, and I really think that he wanted Megumi's ability because he feels Megumi's ability can surpass Gojo's ability. Even though Gojo's ability we know is like probably is like OP as well. Sukuna's dominating. He's a smart guy, and that's why he's taking Megumi's thing. I think he knows that he can use this to do something, to do a thing to.
But then, so we've seen the majority of Megumi's powers, right?
There was 10 shadows. I don't think we've seen all of them.
All right, so we've maybe seen 6.
Yeah.
Of those 6, even the OP one that destroyed Perfect Sphere, right? None of them can touch Gojo. None of them can touch Gojo.
I mean, okay. So in this fight, yeah, they went to gas up Yorozu, said she beat all these generals, blah blah blah, all these things, yeah, and then she got one shot completely by Sukuna, innit? And obviously, I know Gojo's the guy. I know Gojo's that guy, yeah. But don't know, man. We have to.
But now you're missing it, like that.
No, I'm not, bro.
None of these things can touch him because it's still cursed energy. His power, like, literally controls cursed energy. No, like it repels it.
But I think he's underestimating Yuji. I think he's gonna do something.
Obviously, what is it? Yuji will save the day.
No, I really think he's being underestimated though, because when he was fighting with Maki, like he was a bit worried, a little bit. But when he's in this, a little bit, they were like, he was. I was.
No, show me the panel. No, he wasn't, bro.
Show me the panel.
All right, I will show you. I'll show you the panel.
He even said to you, mate, it was good that you froze that one, and they laughed at Yuji when they flew off, bro. They were laughing at him.
No, not that bit. You know when they double teamed him.
He wasn't scared of anybody. He was scared of Maki. He wasn't scared of Yuji.
Okay, but I think he's being underestimated.
Yuji's been underestimated. I think Yuji's gonna obviously do a madness later on.
Yeah, he's the main character, isn't it? They're gonna definitely do something about him. He's the main character, man.
And Tengen's gonna come back alive.
Maybe they might fuse, innit?
Yeah,
they might fuse.
Might fuse.
But yeah, he's definitely gonna come back and do some kind of madness because even though the writer like does a madness to their characters, that doesn't really pull any punches, but I feel like enough has happened to him already where he could have been out of the game.
Obviously Yuji's the main character, so he's got plot armor. He's the only one that will have the plot armor in this story, basically. He might die at the end, who knows, but he'll have plot armor until he has the final fight with Sukuna, if that's the way it's going to go.
I don't think that's going to be the final fight, yo. I don't think it's going to be the final fight.
I
think the final fight is going to be Sukuna versus Gojo.
So I think it's going to be, I reckon it'll be Kenjaku versus Gojo. Because obviously Kenjaku took Gojo away. Yeah, and I think it's going to be Sukuna versus
Yuji.
Yeah, because Kenjaku sealed Gojo, and I think what's going to happen, he'll end up doing his thing with Tengen. They'll make some fortress or something, and these lot will have to invade it or something like that. Then, there'll be Yuta, Maki, if they rescue Gojo, and then they'll rescue Gojo, and then Gojo will end up fighting Kenjaku, or he'll end up fighting someone else. But I think Sukuna's definitely going to be the fight. It might not be the final fight, but that'll be them two. That'll be their last fight, basically. It might not be the final ultimate fight in the manga, but that'll be their last fight. And yeah, I think Maki, what's his face? Because remember, Kenjaku's still got quite a few people that, remember in the Shibuya incident, there's quite a few people that were in his crew. So there's those lot there as well, and they're probably going to help him to fight against these lot. So these lot will take one by one, someone powerful, until there's something like that. I reckon is going to happen. I could be wrong. It could be mad. It could just kill everyone, and the manga ends, and I'll just start laughing.
That would be the craziest ending. Imagine that. Domain expansion on the whole world. Everyone's done out here.
Cuts the one in half, and he just eats Kenjaku's brain and oh, fuck you, bro.
Yeah, that's mad. That's right. So moving on from this section, we see Megumi at the end, right? Final panel, right? With the tears coming down of his eyes, fetal position, all that kind of stuff, right?
His sister, bro.
What are we predicting?
I still think she's not dead, and I think for now, I think Sukuna's got what he wanted. Yeah, he's gonna get what he wants, but it's gonna be one of those things where I think during a battle he's gonna try and do something, and then Megumi's essence is gonna come and stop him. I think, but
during this battle.
No. During another battle, just during.
Okay.
I think this battle's done. I think he's killed her. I think the writer's just gonna be like, no, she's dead. I think that's it. I think that's what he's deep. He's just like, no, she's dead. But I think, there's going to be something. Megumi's not gone, basically.
I think Megami's going to do a prison cell workout. He's just going to be doing press ups in there. He's just going to be getting mad strong. He's just going to be getting, and then he's just going to beat Sukuna inside. Maybe he's going to do that. Maybe he's going to be the one that beats Sukuna.
They'll become friends.
Just gives him mad indigestion.
I think he's finished, man. He's just going to be there, like, finished. His whole mind is gone. Like, he's, you know when you see a broken man just
he looks super
shriveled up, like don't know what to do with life anymore. Just
it could be possible. I mean,
yeah.
But do you guys want to give your scores for next week? Oh wait, sorry.
This one was right, 7.5.
Yeah,
7.5. Liked it. So
you was going to give yours?
Yeah, I'll give it a 7 on this one. I think it, like you said, it's a little bit pointless, but it's still cool.
Just gonna give it a 6, man, because although the Jujutsu Kaisen is good, it's just a bit of a waste of time.
I hear it.
I mean, could have had, I don't know. Yeah. Thanks for tuning in, guys, to another edition of Pen on Frames Manga Podcast. It's been interesting. I like Jujutsu Kaisen. Is it gonna get a bit more original? I mean, Phil seems to be happy with all the darkness going on.
I like it, man. I like it. Spare no prisoners.
I don't think Megami is gone. But if it is gone, that's brave writing from the author. That is brave stuff. Chainsaw Man obviously is getting interesting. We'll see how far this arc goes, and can Denji, and who's gonna be the MVP of this arc, Denji or Asa? What's gonna happen? But like, subscribe, and join us next week, guys, for when we chat some more. Catch you later.
Peace.